This week on Fashion Sense by Valerie, we are turning up the heat with a fiery citrus spritzer you need to try. Got lash questions? I've got answers. Our real estate expert shares how to light any space like a pro. Dr. Hanna gets real about urinary incontinence, what every woman should know. We're working the half Bosu ball for a killer core. And rocking monochrome from head to toe. Style, strength, real talk. Don't miss it. Presented by the Superhero Electric Gig on Spectrum OC16.
Aloha, I'm Valerie Joseph with Fashion Sense, restyling runway looks to the walkways of Hawaii and providing smart solutions to all your fashion needs.
Hi friends, welcome to Fashion Sense. Today's episode is all about bold flavors, smart beauty tips, and real talk. We're gonna start things off with a sweet and spicy twist, a fiery citrus spritzer that's just as fun to sip as it is to serve. Then we'll get into some lash care tips, how to light your space tips, and have a women's health conversation with Dr. Hanna on urinary incontinence. We'll have a Bosu ball exercise and monochrome outfits that wow. So let's get mixing. Hello, my fashionistas! Today we're turning up the heat and the sparkle and making a fiery citrus spritzer. This recipe is sweet, spicy, and something you'll want to add at every brunch or celebration. All you need for this recipe are some fresh squeezed orange juice, some sparkling apple cider, a little bit of grenadine, some chili powder, sugar, and of course some ice cubes. Now, first things first, let's add a little fire and sparkle to our glass. We're gonna mix together some chili powder and some sugar on a cute little dish. Now I'm using turbinado sugar, and remember, you are the queen of your kitchen. Feel free to use your choice of sugar and spice. Oh my goodness. All right, next I'm going to slice an orange. And I'm going to use the wedge part just to moisten the edge of the rim here of our glass. And y'all know I love using cute, fancy glasses for all of our drinks. And then you'll want to just spin that in the sugar chili concoction that we just did. Look how gorgeous that is. Okay, now let's mix our spritzer. Add some ice cubes. Pour in some fresh squeezed orange juice. Add in some sparkling apple cider. This is going to give it that nice, crisp, bubbly kick. Woo! Because you know, we can never have too many bubbles. All right, and then we're gonna slowly pour in the grenadine along the edge of the glass, and this is that magic that we're creating. And you see how that's just gonna settle at the bottom, and that's creating that beautiful sunset that we love. Oh my gosh, okay. And then all you do is garnish with an orange wedge. How gorgeous is this, you guys? You know I'm gonna have to take a sip. Oh my gosh, that sugary, spicy rim is next level, you guys. Shake things up and sip something stunning, the fiery citrus spritzer. Send your favorite recipes to our website, fashionsensehawaii.com, and be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel to view more recipes and episodes. Presented by the Superhero Electric Gig on Spectrum OC16.
Hawaii Sports Radio Network on AM 760 and FM 95.1 is the freshest local sports station in Hawaii. We are the official radio broadcast partner of the Oahu Interscholastic Association. Listen live to Hawaii high school sports and wake up in the den with Ku'ule Agbayani, weekday mornings at 8 a.m. It's the only woman-led sports talk show in Hawaii. Follow them on social media at HI Sports Radio or visit hawaiisportsradio.com.
Hi friends! Eyelash extensions have become increasingly popular in recent years, with the application method continuously developing and improved. Today we are answering some viewer questions with our beauty expert, Deidre Harvey, owner of Lash Pro. Hi Deidre.
Hi Val. Yes, the lash industry is constantly changing. We're always coming up with new ideas, trends, and techniques.
I love that about it. So let's answer some viewer questions, shall we? The first one comes from our Instagram friend Karen, who asks, what is the best way to protect your lashes at night, and are eye masks good for eyelash extensions?
Yes, eye masks can be great for eyelash extensions. You just want to make sure you get ones that are specific for eyelash extensions.
Oh.
Meaning, like, you want to find ones that kind of have that dome shape over your lashes, so that way you don't smash them.
Oh, because if you smash them, then they fall off.
Yes.
We can't have that. Okay, and our next question comes from our Facebook friend Tracy, who asks, is it okay to curl eyelash extensions?
It's not okay to curl your extensions. So if you want to have a curlier extension or curlier look, you want to make sure you ask your stylist, because there's different curls that they can look. So it's something that they can adjust for you, but I don't recommend using an eyelash curler because that's going to pull out your lashes.
So just like there are different lengths, they come in different curls.
Exactly.
Ooh, how fun. And our last question comes from our Facebook friend Tracy, who asks, can I put mascara on my eyelash extensions?
No, you don't want to do that just because they're not going to come off well. Because if you put mascara on your extensions, they're going to have a difficult time getting it off. Especially if it's a waterproof mascara, it's a definite no. You should be able to get the fullness and volume with just the lash extensions itself.
Right, that makes sense. Great tips, Deidre.
You're welcome. Glad to help.
Guys, for more tips, head to our website, fashionsensehawaii.com. For more information on lash extensions, head to their website, zolashpro.com. We'll be right back. Tune in for your daily dose of fashion sense on Spectrum OC16.
Hawaiian Coffee Body Scrubs. Moisturizing, rejuvenating, energizing, sun-kissed, alluring, beautiful, handmade in Hawaii with aloha. Coco Java.
Hi friends! We all know the importance of lighting, but I'm not talking about our selfies. Let's talk about lighting up our lives by lighting up our living spaces. Our real estate expert, Denise Miyahira, is here to talk about some easy ways that you can do this. Hi, Denise.
Hi, Val. Thanks for having me today.
You're very welcome. Lighting up our spaces inside and outside can really help to showcase the features of our home, right?
Right, and lighting will make your home look more attractive and inviting. So the first tip is the easiest. Open up all your windows and open up all the curtains.
Yes.
Let the natural sunlight in. And light will make your room look larger, as well as having air circulating in your home will make it healthier.
Right. Out with the old, in with the new, right?
Right, Val. Second tip is change your light bulbs to LED. They emit less heat, they're energy saving, which translates into a lower electricity bill.
I love that. Lower electricity bill, save energy, save money.
saving money. And so the third tip is, while you're choosing your light bulb,
Yes.
look at the different array of colors you could choose from. So you can choose the warmer tones to the cooler tones, and that's going to create a mood in your home.
So you can create a different mood in different rooms of your home just by selecting a different LED light bulb.
That's right,
I
Val.
love that idea.
Yeah, and you can also change it for different seasons.
Ooh, that's even better.
And our last tip is light up your yard.
I love landscape lighting.
I love solar lights because you don't use electricity. You don't need to have any outlet. You're using the natural energy from the sun to power all your lights up.
Right.
So you could put them anywhere, in the trees, in your garden, anywhere that you can get sunlight.
Put them anywhere the sun shines. Great tips, Denise. Thank you. Guys, for more tips, head to our website, fashionsensehawaii.com, for more information on how to light up your living space or anything real estate related. Contact Denise directly.
Thanks, Val. And together, let's create a positive living space and find you the keys to your happy home.
We'll be right back. Tune in for your daily dose of fashion sense on Spectrum OC16.
It takes a lot of little things to make a successful classroom. But it only takes one small donation to make a difference. A donation to our island's public schools is a giant step towards building a future for our keiki. Learn how you can make a difference at communityhelpingschools.org.
Hi friends, it's time for our Ask the Doctor segment with Dr. Hanna Merchant, who is answering a viewer question. Hi Dr. Hanna, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, Val, for having me.
We had a viewer submit a question to our website. Deborah asked, why does she have urinary incontinence when she's never had children?
Oh, that's a great question. You know, this is something that we don't always talk about because a lot of people feel shame or feel isolated from having this issue. You know, people oftentimes don't want to go to certain places because of fear of not having a bathroom nearby. So I'm glad we're talking about this today.
Yeah, me too.
First of all, you can have urinary incontinence without having a child. In fact, men can have urinary incontinence as well.
Oh.
Yeah, so there are many reasons that people have urinary incontinence. One is an overactive bladder, which is basically you're not getting to the bathroom in time, and there can be some nerve issues there. There's also a weakened pelvic muscles that can cause urinary incontinence, and specifically childbirth is one of the common ones, but also age and menopause play a factor. And then also when you have chronic coughing, so for instance in asthma or smoking, that can also contribute. High impact sports can weaken your pelvic muscles. So for instance, running or jumping for long periods of time, especially in your youth, can contribute to that as well.
So would you say that you don't start seeing urinary incontinence until later in your life? Or?
Yes,
Okay.
yes, that's very possible because these factors add up over time.
I see.
Also, obesity or straining from constipation can contribute to urinary incontinence, and then genetic factors can as well. Then you also have to look at, are you on any medications that can contribute? Like for instance, some blood pressure medications, diuretics, muscle relaxants, those all can contribute as well. Then there are anatomical issues like a tilted uterus or congenital abnormalities.
Wow, that's a lot of different reasons. So what can we do about it?
Well, first of all, don't just live with it and don't feel isolated by it. Talk to your doctor, who may refer you to a urologist or a urogynecologist to evaluate the possible reasons why you're having this issue. And then one big thing that we recommend is Kegels exercises. And you know what's great about Kegels exercises is that no one knows that you're doing them. You could be standing in line at the grocery store. I mean, you and I could be doing them right now and your viewers wouldn't even know. Also, there are physical therapists that work on pelvic floor strengthening. So you can always get a referral and see what you can do on your own with these therapists.
Great suggestions. I'm glad that there's so much that we can do about it, especially the Kegel exercises. That is something easy that can be done at any time of day, anywhere.
Anywhere.
Yeah, I love that
one. There are medications that treat overactive bladder, and then see if any of the medications you're currently taking can be changed so that you have less of a risk. Maybe keeping a diary of your fluids and how much caffeine, and seeing if that's related to when you're having these problems with incontinence. Limit when you're taking in any kind of fluids by about 7 p.m. and then you're less likely to need to go through the night. Bladder training is another method to use, and then if nothing else, and especially in the meantime, you can use incontinence pads or urinary pads while you're trying all of these other methods.
Now, is bladder training similar to the Kegel exercises?
No, they're much more specific than the Kegels exercises.
Gotcha. Okay. And your doctor can help with all that?
Absolutely.
Right, okay.
Men can have these issues as well, but one thing that men have that women don't is a prostate, and that can really contribute to their risk of developing urinary incontinence. Talk to your doctor about it. Get that referral. Go to see a physical therapist regarding pelvic floor exercises, and find treatments that work for you. There's no reason to limit your life, limit your ability to travel or go to parks in fear of not having adequate bathroom facilities.
And it sounds like there's so much things that can be done to improve that, right?
Absolutely.
Thank you so much, Dr. Hanna. Always such great information. And thank you, Deborah, for submitting that question. And I'm so glad that you weren't afraid to. For more pro tips, head to our website, fashionsensehawaii.com, where you can also submit your question for Dr. Hanna. We'll be right back. Presented by D. Suihiro Electric Inc. on Spectrum OC16.
Imagine not being able to provide your baby with the most basic need, a clean diaper. This problem impacts 1 in 3 moms who cannot afford enough diapers to keep their baby dry, clean, and healthy.
And subsidized programs like WIC, food stamps, and Medicaid do not allow the purchase of essential diapers.
The Aloha Diaper Bank works to close the gap by providing free diapers to struggling families in our community.
You can help to keep our island keiki clean and dry by donating dollars or diapers.
Visit us at alohadiaperbank.org to learn more.
Mahalo.
Hi friends, welcome back. Thank you so much for joining me. Today's fit tip, we are going to be having a movement that's going to encompass strengthening, toning, building stability, and working our core. Please join me for this one. Now, I am utilizing my space on the floor, so you have that. I'm also going to be using this one right here. So this guy is going to be a half Bosu ball. Now, of course, you do not need a half Bosu ball, but if you do have one and you do want to elevate to use that, you can do so as well. I'm going to be doing 2 versions of this where we're going to be showing the movement and then we're going to be taking it up a notch. When we do that, I will be adding a light kettlebell. All right, let's get started. Find your space on the floor and we're going to go ahead. You're going to turn towards your ball. We're going to place our feet on here. Now, again, it's going to be a little bit of a instability portion for us. So make sure that when you plant it, you're going to move your hips downward. So plant the feet first and then go ahead and slide your hips closer. We're gonna roll down, bringing ourselves down to the floor. Your hands can be just at your sides, right beside your hip, and you can actually use them to help you press your hips up to the ceiling. So from here, ground through your shoulders, press through your palms, and elevate. Belly button into the spine, elevating it up here, holding for just a moment, feeling how this is going to, right? So you can see the instability portion, and I'm using everything, engaging, holding myself here. Up, we're gonna bring it down. Now, let's continue. We're gonna press the hips up, squeeze. Now, we're gonna lift the leg for marching. So from here, I'm gonna lift my front leg, bringing all my weight through the back leg, and gently bring it down. Now, let's bring the hips down as well, and then back up. Now, let's do the back leg. So, squeeze everything, core engage, and lifting that knee up. So, it's like we're doing a little marching, and down. And again, we're gonna go up. Now, we're gonna do both legs. So, one up, back down, planting it, getting your weight back onto that leg, and now the back leg is gonna lift, the core is still engaged, up, down. I'm going to take it up a notch. We're gonna add that kettlebell. What this does is it allows now our upper body, right, to hold here. We're stabilizing, and hips are going up. We're not utilizing hands on the floor for this one. Hips up. Now, we're gonna do front leg first, back leg. You can continue this marching, working through it nice and slow, squeezing, feeling it through both upper and lower. One more time. We like to do 10 on each leg. Press the hips back down. Let's put our kettlebell back down. Now, to get ourselves back up, we're gonna go ahead and take the feet off of the ball. You're gonna leave the knees bent, roll to one side. Use your hands to press yourself on up. Now, with this one here, there was 2 versions where we were gently getting the movement into our bodies. And then, if that feels good for you and you want to take it up a notch, you can do so. Thank you so much for joining me. And remember, let's always be kind to our bodies.
Tune in for your daily dose of fashion sense on Spectrum OC16. Hi friends, want to make a bold fashion statement without overthinking it? Monochrome outfits are your secret weapon. Today we're styling 5 stunning looks with just one color, but we're keeping it interesting by using different shades, fabrics, and textures. First up, the power of pink, my outfit. I started with a blush pink bow crop top and matching trousers, then layered a pale pink velvet blazer over for dimension. The mixture of matte and shiny keeps it interesting. Look 2 is a blue dream. Pair light wash jeans with a powder blue knit sweater for a cozy feel. Then add a punch with rhinestone embellished heels and a matching mini bag. Denim brings texture while the sweater softens the vibe, creating a perfectly balanced monochrome moment. Neutrals can be just as impactful. Cream wide leg pants paired with a silky beige cami feel effortlessly chic. Add a camel blazer for a layer of warm color and structure, and let gold jewelry add a touch of glam. This look proves monochrome doesn't have to mean bright colors. Neutrals can stun too. For look 4, we're channeling nature. Olive green cargos keep it casual, while a ribbed olive tank adds texture. Layer on a forest green bomber jacket to amp up the edge, and finish with chunky sneakers for that perfect street style vibe. Last but not least, we're turning up the heat with red. A ruby colored knit dress is sleek and comfy, while a burgundy leather moto jacket adds structure. Crimson heels and a bold red lip tie it all together for a head-stunning look that's full of confidence and fire. Monochrome doesn't mean monotone. Playing with shades and textures lets you create outfits that feel cohesive and fashion forward. So the next time you're standing in front of your closet, pick a color, get creative, and let the magic happen. And I'll see you on the next fashion segment where we turn fashion into fun, one outfit at a time. And that's a wrap on today's episode. We mixed, moved, styled, and talked about things that really mattered. From sipping a fiery spritzer to feeling strong on a Bosu ball and confident in monochrome. Life is about living bold and balanced. Thank you so much for joining us. It's always great sharing with you. And a very special thank you to Bosu here at Electric and Hawaii Sports Radio Network. To view all of our episodes, subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Instagram and Facebook, or head to our website to send us your favorite recipes or questions for any of our experts. We'd love to share them on the show. Let's stay connected. Until next time, be fabulous, be beautiful, be the best version of you. We'll see you again. Show me your monochrome magic.
1, 2, 3.
All right, let's do some salami and cheese next.
Okay. Salami and cheese. Salami and cheese. And that's a wrap!
Fashion Sense is presented by the Bosu Electric Inc. on Spectrum OC16.